My in-laws think I can't provide for my wife. It's straining our marriage.
You're deadbeat.
Where to begin? This has been a problem for a little over a year now. My wife, let's call her Sarah, and I have been married for roughly a year and a half at this point. Together before that for 4 years, and are expecting our first child soon. Congratulations.
Exciting.
By the way, this comes from Deleted, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, marriage has been a blast so far. We seem to get along just fine. Spicy sleep was great. Quality of life was good, besides the small stresses with the baby shower planning and room decoration for our first child. Typical honeymooner mindset, right? Well, it's great until it comes to her parents. I'm going to start where this problem first reared its head, which would be a few short months before our wedding. Up until then, I never had an issue with Sarah's parents. We both lived at home at the time and never had trouble going back and forth between each other's houses and or staying there a few nights leading up to everything. Of course, trying to be responsible, I figured it was time to start looking for a place to live, whether it was an apartment, house, condo, or whatever. Her parents made the offer that if needed, we could live with them, which at the same time was a nice offer, but I was always raised to be independent and had also heard enough horror stories about living with in-laws that I figured it would be best to deny the offer.
Smart.
Very smart. If you are on our page for long
Yeah.
enough, it's a lot
Don't
of things
fall
you
into those
won't do.
pitfalls.
Yeah. I did so politely, and everything seemed well, or so I thought. To keep things short, I'll just give some bullet points about what happened leading up to our wedding. Her mother always complained about her wedding day, saying that it was in shambles and nothing went right. This led to her trying to redo her wedding with ours. My mother gets the idea after I talked to her one night. She proceeds to mention something at their next meeting at the venue Sarah chose. Pissing match ensues. Sarah calls me at work upset. Both are in the wrong. I talk to my mom, tell her thanks for standing up for me, but from now on, they won't be together for decorating. Mom takes it that I'm telling her to bow down and resents me. Sarah talks to her mom to this day. Don't know if that really ever happened. I get left out of cake tastings and other activities I wanted to do with her. Work wasn't an issue. I was focused mainly on trying to find a place. I find a nice apartment, get first in line, get the application filled out, give it to Sarah to finish and turn in. Application was never turned in. Turns out her mother took it, filed in our income to be over the limit, and if I had turned it in, it would have been a waste of time had I not caught the error.
Ooh.
Or intended mistake. I don't know. Never got a straight answer for this either. Wow. So just sabotage.
A lot of sabotaging going on.
Oh
we have
my
a
goodness.
saboteur in our midst.
Saboteur. So we find a place. Yay. Proceed to tell my mom and Sarah about it. Sarah is excited and supposed to tell her mom. Wedding shower comes. My mom makes mention of the place. Her mom causes a fuss and ruins the shower. We decide from then on that family events are to be separate. Also, I don't know exactly what happened here. Never got a straight answer once again, but from what I pieced together, my mom said it in a spiteful way, which pissed her mom off. The rehearsal comes. Her mother brought a wedding planner. Wait, where was this lady the whole time that Sarah needed help? She brought the wedding planner to plan the aisle walk and standing positions. I politely say I got most of it worked out, but needed help with a few things. Lady is excited, loves what I've worked out. Her mother gets pissed, cries, and yells at me. You should have told me this before the last minute. I already told her this 3 months prior, if not more. So the wedding goes down. First part goes great. 10 out of 10 would do it again. Reception, not so much. Sarah's mother forgot to lay out coasters that she designed. She turns around and throws a fit that they cost more than the dang invitations, which I paid for and designed. My mom tries to be nice, tells her that it's okay. Her mother proceeds to scream to stop cussing at her. So the pissing match number 3 ensues between both of our families. Sarah and I change and slip out the back door after she says bye to her family. Now the honeymoon, 9 out of 10. Last day, her mom calls and acts like her father is hurt. Sarah gets upset, returns the calls. We were out at the time. Father-in-law is A-okay. It turns out that my mother sent a Facebook message to her about how rude she was at the wedding and that they will not speak to each other anymore. This causes me and Sarah to fight. It ruins the night, and then we go home. That's just half of it, you guys.
Oh, just half?
Just half. That's a whole lot of things.
Oh, my
So,
goodness.
luckily, things calmed down for a few moments after the wedding. We moved into our new place as soon as we got back. We settled in, and then just a short year later, get a surprise. Her family is excited. My family is excited. We stick to our pew-pews, plan out baby showers separate for each side of the family. Things go well, then Sarah gets sick.
No.
The main point here is just a hospital visit that we encountered. The first visit happened under my nose. Sarah didn't want me to get upset, but in turn, it did cause me to get pissed because she didn't tell me that she was being rushed to the ER. The baby was fine. She was just super sick. The second visit went to HE double hockey sticks. While Sarah is on medication, her mom proceeds to go off on me that I caused all this, that I knocked up her daughter, and that it was my fault. I asked her what she thought was going to happen. We were married. Having spicy sleep, it was bound to happen. This pissed her mom off. I kissed Sarah and proceed to leave. Turns out her mom had a reputation with the ER staff there and could be heard screaming outside. 2 nurses ask me if I'm okay. I tell them it's cool, stress levels are high, and she's just worried about her daughter. What happened next is where I lost respect for her father. I went into the waiting room, told him that I had to leave because of work in the morning. It was 2 a.m. at the time, and he asks how she's doing. I give him an update. She's cool, keeping fluids down, etc., etc. I do what I thought was the right thing and give him a heads up that the wife is pissed. But then he questions me. I tell him what happened, and he proceeds to tell me, oh, well, she just gets like that. What the heck? She just gets like that? Something is seriously wrong here. Dude,
What do you mean she just gets like that?
I hate when that's someone's like explanation for everything.
Yeah, she's just like that.
Come on, guys. We
Yeah.
gotta do something here. Gotta do something. Her dad seems to be a pushover. I lose all respect for him and go home. Maybe I'm wrong to just drop respect like that, but dude, seriously? If you can't stand up to your own wife when she's on a tirade, then something is wrong. I always thought that he was just laid back, but now I realize that he just tunes his wife out so that he doesn't have to deal with it. So the pregnancy goes on, no more sickness, but it seems like her parents are now trying to get her to move closer to their house. Mom shows up uninvited at random times, and I've got several texts between her and her dad about places to rent. So here are the main points. Again, my drawers broke a few weeks back. Her dad and brother had come over that day to drop off 2 nightstands for our bedroom that her aunt had offered due to them moving to somewhere smaller. So we accepted. They moved them in. Noticed my dresser broke. I played off. It just needs a new screw. Old one stripped. I was just gonna fix it that night, and I did. The next day, her mother shows up with a new $500 set of drawers for her daughter.
Yeah, they're trying to show off. They're like, see, we can provide for our daughter.
Yeah.
You can't provide for our daughter. You have a
What?
broken dresser.
This is the day after my birthday. We're both not decent, and my mother didn't call ahead. She just showed up. I answered the door, explained that it was my set, and she gets pissy. Her brother tells her, I told you it wasn't Sarah's set, and they leave to return the set. Last night, her father texted her. I noticed the phone light up. Sarah was cooking dinner, so I looked down and saw that it was her dad, but I also saw the message. It said, there's a house to rent on X Road. Would you be interested? Now, what the heck? I worked my butt off to get the place that we are at now and continue to do so. That way we live there. Where was his help a year and a half ago when we actually needed it? I didn't tell her I saw it, just that her dad texted. I haven't looked yet to see her response. Kinda don't want to. Doesn't matter what she said, just the thought that he would overstep me and try to offer a place closer to them just irks me. Maybe I'm crazy, but I don't know what to do. I know her family is really tight-knit, almost scary-wise. My
Yeah.
family is close, but we are all so independent we drift and do our own thing most of the time. She never seems to have time for herself. She might stay at home 1 day a week. The rest is spent with her mother, running about and doing whatever. She doesn't ever tell me that she is going out. I find out most of the time through Facebook posts from her cousins and the other family that she sees during the week. Then I try to give her the chance to tell me what's up, and it's always a simple, I just hung out with my mom when she went and saw half of her family. Interesting. It's like, why would you lie about that?
Yeah.
That's really weird. Her mom buys her so much crap, it's not even funny. I find snacks from Target and Walmart all the time where she goes and buys Sarah medicine and house supplies that we can't afford. It makes me feel like they don't think I can provide at all, or that we are so poor that we can't buy anything, which isn't the case for sure. I don't mind her going out, but it's gotten to the point where the house is almost never cleaned and Spicy sleep has become less and less. She's constantly tired, and I know being pregnant doesn't help. The sink looks like crap. The house hasn't been dusted in God knows how long, and if she does decide to clean, it's half butted, barely wiped down, and just a bit of laundry done.
Wait, why can't OP do any of this?
Oh, I don't know. I think he's working.
Yeah, but he's not working all the time. It feels like, I mean, half of it is probably the amount of time she's spending with her mom, but
Yeah.
a lot of this could be, you know, she's tired from pregnancy and she doesn't have the same ability to clean all of the house.
Maybe. Yeah. It's very possible.
Yeah. But I think either way, communication.
But yeah, communication is always important. And you know what else is important?
Us.
Checking us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio, and searching OK Storytime, because you know what's there? Full episodes with more stories just like this one. So yeah, check us out. But there is a little bit more to the story. But yeah, how do we think? What would you say if we're talking communication? What would you say as OP?
Okay, I would say, hey girly,
Hey girl.
hey girl. Noticed you've been spending a lot of time with your mom and like doing a lot of stuff for her.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we haven't been able to spend a lot of time together as partners.
Yeah.
And I think like maybe you know, I would love to have a conversation with you about your parents' boundaries, because I feel like they're overstepping mine.
Yeah.
And I want to talk to you about how you feel about that, and maybe we can kind of find a middle ground where you obviously are not going to stop seeing them, but see them less.
Right. And maybe communication on just like asking how the wife feels with all this, how she feels being pregnant with all this too.
And saying like, hey, do you need help with the cleaning stuff? You know, like I've noticed, feel like it's like kind of been harder for you. Do we need to, like, if they have the money, do we need to hire someone to come like every couple weeks?
But there is a little bit more to this story. So I've been having to spend the weekends cleaning, which I don't mind, but when I'm the only one working, I expect her to keep up the house a little bit when she can. Okay, there we go. That's almost impossible to do, though, when she's constantly with her mother. I don't know what to say to her. I've tried talking to her about it, but it just gets swept under the rug until I finally can't take it anymore. And then we get in a huge fight. And there is a little edit. Thanks, guys, for a lot of good points. I plan on getting a game plan together for the rest of the day at work. Work should help me ease my mind a bit, but I'm sure I'll just get antsy again here soon. I'll check out those groups and subs when I get home. Think I may take tonight to get everything together for a talk, though I don't know yet. And that is the end of that story.
And then you freaking have it, brother.
There you have it. So yeah, he did talk. And it seems like, you know, things didn't really happen exactly how
they haven't had an effective conversation as of yet. So hopefully they're able to have one of those soon.
Yeah.
Prompt ASAP, as they say.